Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's talk about Mara stock. Have not talked about Mara stock in a long time. So, Mara stock, let's talk about the opportunity here. So, under the purple line, right? We know that under the purple line is a massive opportunity to buy at a good discount from highs. We can measure that. Right here, you got a discount, right, of 26%. Here, you got a massive discount of 28%. And there you go. This is why you don't chase. This is why you don't buy highs. And what a sell-off. But we finally found support down here, big level down here. If this does not hold, probably means the market as a whole is tanking again next week, or I should say Monday, because it's Friday, or no, it's Sunday when you watch this video probably. That's what I'm going to schedule it for, because I'm making my videos in advance. That way I can have the weekends off and give my voice a break and time off. So Mara stock, I give it a buy. If you want to set a stop, I would set a hard stop at like 1470. You got to give it some leeway, obviously, because it's volatile. But I would set a stop at like 1450 to 1470, buy here at 1588, and have at it, right? Good risk to reward. Either you lose, let's just measure it here. Let's say you buy at exactly 16, just hypothetically. Either you lose like 7% or you make at least the move on the way to the next level. Either that or you make 8. It's a 1 for 1. If it goes back to like 1750, and if it makes its way back to 19, 20%. And if it goes back to the other high here, which unfortunately that might form a head and shoulders, 28%. So there you go. Your risk reward ratio to the closest level, to the next level, 1750, would be a 1 for 1 risk to reward. If it goes higher than that to 19, it would be either you lose 7% or make 20%, right? That's a good risk to reward ratio. That's almost a 1 for 3, and then a 1 for 4 with the move back to 20. So a lot of money to be made on this one. So it's up to you how you want to play it. I cannot give this the stamp of approval in terms of not having a stop loss. I think it's very important to have a stop loss on this kind of play. Especially because it's just kind of going sideways here, and you never know when it's going to tank and go lower, and you just don't want to hold the bag, because if it tanks, it could come down to 10, right? Like it did that last time, right? Imagine buying it up here and holding the bag all the way down to 10, or even buying at 20, holding it down to 10, or buying at 15, holding it down to 10. Like you don't want that. It's better to take that small loss and reposition at 10, because if this does come down for whatever reason, if we ever see 10 and under again, remember to load this is where you load the big boat, right? Like down here, that's load the big boat down there. Like you're getting such a discount at that point that you would be a fool not to buy, right? Obviously, if this comes down that low, probably means the whole market is tanking, which is nothing more than massive opportunity if you know how to play the game. So there you go, guys. I give it to you straight and to the point. I gave you the stop loss if you want the stop loss, the risk to reward. Am I buying this? Tempted, but there's a lot of opportunity right now and a lot of cheap stocks. So we'll see if I buy. But I definitely was tempted. I'm like, this is a buy. But then again, everything today was a buy. Or Friday, because I'm making this video on Friday at 6 p.m., but, you'll see this video on Sunday. So on Friday, which feels weird to say because it's Friday right now as of the video, a lot of stocks were finding support. We're finding a bottom. So we'll see if it's actually the bottom. The Monday's going to tell whether we're going to go higher, or if this Friday was just, unfortunately, just a relief bounce and we just go lower. Let's hope it's a bounce, but if it does come lower, in my case, whatever, I'll just buy more. Like, I'm not concerned. I'll buy more of the good ones, but for stocks like these, definitely recommend a stop loss. Up to you how you want to play it. It looks good to me. We'll see how it actually plays out, obviously, because it's very important that we open the government back up. The longer this goes, the more painful it's going to be for everyone, and the more, obviously, tears that are going to be shed by the people that don't know how to play the game. So Mara stock sitting at 1587, very good risk to reward. I could see it coming back up at least 10 to 20%. A lot of money to be made. If you want to squeeze a little money, out of this, you can maybe if you want to, you can buy like a few hundred shares, sell some covered calls, and then that way, weekly expiration covered calls, and that way, if it does move in your favor, you not only get paid, you not only do you sell your shares off, but you get paid the premium on top of that. So you get paid to sell the shares. So that's yeah, that's something that I used to do. I don't do it anymore because I moved over to CLSK. But by all means, Mara stock, the risk to reward here is great. It just is. Let me just make sure to look at the what's the other one? There's a Riot stock. So Riot stock, one of the stronger names, and the reason I say stronger is because you'll notice that a huge difference between Riot and Mara, right? Do you notice? The purple line is at $14. Riot is finding support at 17. So Mara went under the purple line. Riot is still above it quite a bit. Isn't that interesting, right? Isn't that interesting? And so that's why I have to say that Riot is a stronger name. It's still within the same sector, yes. They're both Bitcoin miners, but the difference is Riot stock stays above its purple line, which makes it a stronger name. Because during the sell-off, it didn't even come close to that purple line. Meanwhile, Mara went under it. On top of that, when we pump, Riot tends to make bigger moves, right? It actually went to 24, whereas Mara failed to make any kind of move to 24. So Riot stock, I would say, is the better one, but I mean, it doesn't matter. They're both just gonna go up and down and follow one another. So it's not really, again, you pick and choose whichever you want to trade. CLSK, same thing. CLSK. The funny thing about CLSK, it looks like it's in a pattern here. It looks like an ascending triangle on the weekly time frame. So, it touches it, comes down, touches it, coming down, and we would expect it to find support at some point and then go back up. It looks like eventually it's going to break, right? It's going to eventually, it would do something like this maybe, and then this, and then we break out and go higher. So that's the pattern it seems to be in on the higher time frames. It's a weekly time frame, so it could, it might be a while before we get the big pump above 24, and we can finally go to 30, because if it breaks 24, we're going to 30 for sure. But the thing is, if CLSK goes to 30, that probably means Mara is headed to 30, and also Riot, I would imagine, because again, they just tend to follow one another. That also means Bitcoin probably went to 140, 150K, somewhere around there. So yeah. These Bitcoin miners are really good for volatility and Bitcoin exposure, because they tend to pump when that one moves. Is there another one I think people like? Bitf. People have been asking me about Bitf. I'm like, I don't know anything about it, but I mean, let's go to the daily time frame. It's finding support as well. Yeah. So I mean, if you want to play something cheaper that could potentially move more percentage-wise, Bitf is a buy. Again, they all follow one another. That's why you're seeing kind of like the same thing, right? They all have a green candle. They all found support somewhere. So pick and choose whichever. I think, quite frankly, for me at least, I think I'm going to stick to CLSK, but you can't go wrong with Riot. I would put Riot at number 2. I think I ran, did that one find support? There's so many Bitcoin miners, it's hard to remember each one, but yeah, definitely one of the strongest names out there. This is behaving like the king of the sector, quite frankly. Look at this. It's still way extended above the purple line. It's finding support here. Let me just measure something. So if this bounces, there's a 21% move there. From low to high, there's a 21% potential return. Assuming it goes back to the high. Whereas Bitf, from low to high, there's a potential for 77%. Assuming it goes to the high. Isn't that funny? That's why I was saying, if you want to buy the cheaper one, if Bitcoin miners go back to their highs, you would make way more off of Bitf than obviously off of holding IREN, because it's just cheaper, and the same amount of move is going to net you more percentage wise. So there you go. If you want something a little more dangerous, like to live on the risky side, that can potentially make you more when going back to highs, Bitf is the way to go. If you want something a little more stable, Riot stock. If you want something a little more something that's going to whiplash, Mara stock. There's another one. Wolf, is that another one? I don't remember. But that's it for the video, guys. I think these Bitcoin miners are fine. They're fine. You're getting a massive opportunity to buy them cheap. All right, guys. That's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one.